Yeah, so when we started our insurance agency, we saved up 9 months of salary, and we, saved up that sum of money, and we couldn't basically create our business and work in the current place we were working at the same time. It'd be a conflict of interest, so we left and we started 100% with zero. And I would say a positive of that, which I would warn people of doing that, because I helped start another company or helped start that same type of company, an insurance agency for that previous company. So I had experience doing that before. But when you do start it full time, it does force you to be like, okay, here we go. This is the only thing I have to devote myself to every single day. Now, that helps you grow faster and be creative because your back's against the wall. When you have a paycheck coming in every week, you're like, well, I'm trying to grow the business. So but when you don't, you're like, okay, I have to make this work, and I'm going to find a way to make it work. And if you're passionate about it, which I would say if you found a business that you're passionate about, you're lucky, and you should follow it, but make sure you're following the right opportunity in it, and don't be blind to opportunities that may not seem what you visualize it as, right? So like you love podcasting, but there might be an opportunity for you to help this type of niche of podcasting that you never really thought of, but you're like, well, that's not what I visualize in my head. It's like, it's okay to change the picture. But getting back to what I was saying, I think if you can start a business as a side hustle, financially, that's going to put you in a better spot. And I would start one on the side while you're working your job, and then when do you know to quit your job is when you can say, okay, revenue is here. If I put more time in, does my revenue go up? And can I essentially replace what I'm making at my current job? Because what you're doing as a side hustle is you're not giving it all your time, and you're not giving it all your effort because you're working 8 hours somewhere else. Okay, so if you can remove that 8 hours, devote 100% your time and your effort and your creativity, and you can replace what you're making, then you should do it right away. But I would caution people, because a lot of people are like, I want to start a business and quit my job tomorrow. Make sure that the roller coaster of emotion comes down and that you're at the bottom of that and you're still confident with your decision. Because when you're wanting to start a business, you're like, nothing can stop me. I'm bulletproof. I'm running through the wind. Like, everything's great. And then you get punched in the face and business is hard and it hits you. And that's when the emotion comes down. And that's when a lot of people like quit. And you shouldn't quit. You should keep going when it gets hard. But making sure that you're like, hey, I'm so glad I didn't quit my job because this is taking a little bit longer than I expected. Like, that's good. Like, you don't want to have to sell everything, which there's stories like that. But I would say for a practical advice, start it on the side, get some revenue going, and then fully commit.